Let's try to understand acid production in parietal cells. So parietal cells are present beneath the stem cells, and stem cells are the reason they live for weeks, right? And these acid cells use this carbon dioxide that is already present in the cell, right? All starts here. We get carbon dioxide from these other standard pathways that are already happening in the parietal cells. Now we have this ready product called carbon dioxide, and we add water with the help of something called as carbonic anhydrase. This is the catalyst in this reaction. We got something called as H2CO3. Now H2CO3 divides into H plus ion and bicarb, right? That's called HCO3. Later this HCO3 bicarb is shoved inside the blood to make your blood a little bit basic, and this H plus ion is put inside the lumen to make acid. Later this pushing of bicarb is exchanged with one molecule of chloride. So this is called a chloride HCO3 exchanger, right? And note that this is second reactive, right? So we are actually pulling the gradient, right? Pulling with the gradient, not against the gradient. So these are second reactive, right? Now this chloride is manipulated and shoved inside the lumen with the already present H plus ion, right? How? With this channel. It's called chloride channel. Now when I'm saying channel means it's open gate, so it's like a with the gradient. Again, the flow of the chloride is with the gradient from higher to lower. So here, once chloride and H plus ion are together, they do their times, amazing times, and they produce HCl. The baby is HCl. We get the HCl. Okay. Now H plus ion is pushed inside the lumen with the help of something called as H plus and K plus proton pumps. Okay. Now these are exchanger. We get one potassium and we push one H plus. Okay. And now these are ATPase. They use ATP. So only this pump, the H ion pump, is ATPase. Remember that. And this is passive and this is passive, right? So after this whole acid production, our body creates our blood a little bit basic, so that we are basic. We want to have basic blood right now, okay? Because we are producing acid. It's usually the theme in body. Whenever body tries to make a lot of basic content, usually acid is dumped into some other lumen. Usually that's the basic nature. So our blood is now basic. Now we have to neutralize it. How would we neutralize? So what happens is that stomach empties acid in the duodenum, because stomach feels a lot of acid, I cannot survive. So acid goes to acid goes to duodenum, and the pancreas feels, okay, something acidic in the duodenum. Now acid is like, okay, now duodenum is like, okay, help me pancreas. Pancreas makes some HCO3 bicarb. Now how this bicarb come? It comes from CO2 plus H2O with the help of carbonic anhydrase gives us H2CO3, which gives us H plus and HCO3 bicarb, right? So pancreas gets some bicarb from the same reaction, but this time pancreas is like, I'm gonna be a little naughty. I'm gonna put this acid which I produced, right? I also produce acid, right? This is H plus. So I'm gonna use this acid. I'm gonna put this inside the blood to neutralize your basic behavior that you did, this cell did, right? This because the end product of this parietal cell was acid and some basicity in the blood. So pancreas was like, I'm gonna neutralize this shit. So pancreas neutralizes it, right? And once pancreas neutralizes it, everything is okay. Everyone is happy. Let's go home. No, nothing's gonna go. We are not gonna go home. We are gonna understand what happens afterward. So H plus goes and it neutralizes the blood, right? Now what about this basic stuff that pancreas made? This basic stuff that pancreas made is put inside your duodenum. You forgot about your duodenum. Our duodenum is full of acid. So this bicarb goes inside our duodenum, and now we have amazing neutralized duodenum, which is happy. So a triad of what? Postprandial alkaline triad, in which your blood is basic, your urine is basic, and your lungs are not basic. I mean, CO2 is leaving, and that can lead to basicity of the blood, because CO2 also promotes to a lot of acidity. And other thing is that increased pH can be because of some vomiting. How? Because acid leaves the body when you vomit. So when you vomit, pancreas puts a lot of acid inside your blood so that you don't have basicity, alkalosis. Okay, I'm very sick, honestly. So we understand this acid, how we make acid. Amazing, under 5 minutes.